Today, we are here to present our project, the CLIP Foundation. CLIP stands for Creating Legal Immigration Pathways.
All right, so this project started with a recognition that we live in a pretty diverse area, the San Fernando Valley, a Los Angeles suburb, with a very large immigrant population. The project originally began with Ayushi, looking at what she was interested in and what was really on her mind at the time, which was college admissions. And so, how do we find a way to help young children of immigrants and young immigrant students get access to the resources to have success in the admissions process? But that shifted as we did our research.
Yeah, so we did some community engagement. We started with some preliminary surveys, Google Forms, because the school that I attend is huge. It's the largest charter school in the country. We have 4,800 students, and so we had to start large. So we did preliminary surveys, and in this school, we have a lot of first and second gen students. So we kind of asked them, okay, what are your concerns? And you see this graph on the bottom here where they had a lot of concerns. We saw people were concerned about lack of affordable healthcare, lack of affordable housing, legal aid, college access, all of these different things. So then we decided, all right, we need to talk to people directly, and we ran a focus group. Now, the point of this focus group was to have a small group conversation, and the consensus was that legal aid was kind of the root issue of all of these issues that we talked about. I have a little clip here from one of our team members, Steph, who kind of explains it better than I can.
It's kind of like a self-repeating cycle where without legal aid, you have to do illegal things. And because you have illegal things, you can't get the legal aid.
So it soon became clear that there was this consensus that legal aid was really the root of all of these problems. And so we shifted our focus to focus on getting people help and connecting them to resources like lawyers.
Along the way, we've built a very strong team. You heard Steph there a minute ago. And necessarily, the team has been a very diverse team right from the start. We mentioned that we're looking to provide services or help immigrant communities connect with these services. And as a result, that's the population that came to join us. We meet every week. It is a multilingual team with members speaking Spanish, Armenian, Korean, and Vietnamese. And we've also partnered with a couple of local organizations, including the Fish Food Pantry, where we will be having our event later this year.
Yeah, so just to touch a little bit more on what we're actually doing, we have two main components to our project. So the first is the legal aid or resource fair. That's when we've partnered with the Fish Food Pantry, our lovely partners. They're here today. So what we're doing is we want to provide like a bunch of resources for the community, and we're going to be hosting it while food distribution is going on. So people will already be there and they can stop by. So we've reached out to a couple of lawyers who are planning to come down and give pro bono legal advice. A lot of them speak the same languages as people in our community, like Spanish, Armenian, Korean, and specifically help with filling out the N-400 form, which is like the first form you have to fill out on your path to citizenship. We've also partnered with the Los Angeles Metro to get low-income fare applications for people, local businesses, and of course the food pantry that we mentioned. And this is going to be happening Saturday, March 30th, this year, of course, and it's at the Fish Food Pantry. But then the other aspect of our project, which I'm really excited about, is we're going to be hosting interview clinics. So we're hosting these at of public library systems in the United States, and we're going to have student leaders come and help community members both study for their citizenship tests and study for the history and interviews and things like that. Because you can get resources online, but it's not really the same as like actually going one-on-one and having these interviews. This coaching is also going to be multilingual. We've partnered with cultural clubs on our campus who can translate for people, and it's just supposed to be a great time for the community to connect and prepare for this next step. Because getting your citizenship is hard in English. We can't even imagine what it would be like in a second language, and that's the need we're looking to avert.
So looking at the long-term feasibility and sustainability of this project, it's important to note, I'm the IB coordinator at my high school. Community service is an integral part of that program. And so we're always going to have students with a base looking to, get engaged in the community. We already have that. You heard her earlier. I believe she's on the call today. Steph is one of our junior students involved, and she's already in line to take over the lead. And I look forward to seeing how that continues as the years go on as well.
And finally, when we look at measuring our impact, our events haven't happened yet. They're in March, April, and May, but we're planning to have continuing partnerships with Fish, LAPL, LA Metro, and continuing to connect people to resources through a resource website that we're planning to create. We're going to measure this by pre and post surveys, but also just talking to the people there, seeing if this is something that actually helps. But that's our presentation for today. Thank you all so much for being here, for listening. Thanks to Molly and AJ and the entire team. We really appreciate all of your help.